picture of how the willows look when they were sticks, and also how the willows look as they grow up in the type of bonsai that I'm aiming for. I don't know if these survive out here in the Tucson. Hi guys, it's the Black Bonsai Guy, and I'm back here again today. Today I will be talking about this. So, for those of you who tune into my Monday segment, hunting and shopping for discounted plants, I found these. This was a international seller. Well, I shouldn't say international. It was a national U.S. seller. They were selling hybrid willow cuttings, or willow hybrid cuttings. And what these are, it was the actual cuttings of a willow tree. It's a hybrid willow tree. And they gave me, I think it's 5 cuttings for $10. And the shipping is like $3, right? You can look on Facebook Marketplace and you'll find them if you search for hybrid willow cuttings or willow hybrid cuttings. Anyway, I got these bad boys. They were sticks. I wasn't going to do a video on it until I seen feedback that they would at least sprout. So I put them in water. They've been in water for maybe 3 weeks now, something like that. I gotta go check the date. And as you can see, these sticks they're doing amazing, right? And they're just sitting in tap water, and they're pushing lots of lots of leaves. There's lots of roots down there in the bottom of this bucket. Lots of roots down there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a separate video where I transplant a couple of these, and I will post a picture of how the willows look when they were sticks, and also how the willows look as they grow up in the type of bonsai that I'm aiming for. I don't know if these survive out here in the Tucson climate. According to my research, per the zone, they should survive. But I'm always a little weary about a plant that can root in water and how that would do in Tucson, Arizona during our harsh summers. So, yeah, so I paid for 5. They gave me 9 cuttings, so a little attrition in there. I guess they figured some of them won't sprout, so let's give you another one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 4 additional. I think the 5, I will keep them in a place that kind of gets morning sun and then shade throughout the day. And then the other 4, I'm going to do what I do often. I don't know what every tree likes in terms of light. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one in the 4 corners of my my property. I'm going to put one on the north side, one on the south side, one on the east side, one on the west side. And I'm going to see which of the 4 do the best. If it turns out that the one on the south side is just shooting through the roof, I'm gonna take everything and put them over there on the south side. If you know it looks like it's doing better on the west side, put everything on the west side, or the east side, east side. So I'm gonna use some samples. By the way, I do that with jade cuttings as well. You cut a jade tree. You don't want to throw all of the cuttings away. Take a couple of them, put them in some soil, and put them in certain spots of your yard where you may have not planted previously, and use those Portula carrier afri plants to kind of tell you how the temperature does in a particular zone. You put a Portula carrier afri in a spot that's extremely hot, it'll wilt those leaves in a week. Don't water them, by the way. You know, you can water them, but kind of use your judgment. You don't want to put them in a place and you want to control the watering. You know, you want to put them in the east, put them in the west, put them in the south. See how they grow. You know, maybe water once a week. Give them all a little drink of water. But if you notice, based on the same amount of water, that one in particular in one of the plants in a certain area of your yard is just doing better than the other ones, then it's something about that area that all of these probably would enjoy. So, kind of do a little design of experiment, see what makes sense. I will be getting these into the soil probably sometime over the weekend. Today is Wednesday. So maybe Friday night I'll do that. Get these into some soil, shoot a video, pot them up real quick. I want to cut them back already and have them start growing in a direction. And that's another thing. So I'm not a big clip and grow um, bonsai guy in terms of using that technique. So I got these really to kind of practice on that, because if you watch the video when I cleaned up my yard, I actually decided that I was going to bonsai some trees that are actually in the ground. And I'm going to practice using the clip and grow method. So on these, I also practice using the clip and grow. Lastly, the only thing I wanted to cover is how I rooted these. I just got this pail that I use pretty much for all of my gardening stuff. Just dumped some water in it. It wasn't doing anything for about a week. I was like, it's a gimmick. It's not going to work. And then one day, I looked down in there and it shot out a whole bunch of roots. And then probably like 3 or 4 days later, the leaves just started taking over. But I got a skylight in my living room. I just put them directly underneath that skylight, and they were able to root and push leaves. So when I get them into the soil, I think my plan is to keep them in some soil, keep them in moist soil, probably a little wet for the first 2 or 3 days. I would expect some of these leaves to kind of droop down, the shock from going from water to soil. Keep them in some wet potting soil for a couple of days. Slowly start to pull back on the water. Slowly introduce them into more sun. I probably would keep them in a shade where they get a little bit of filter light. And then maybe in a month or two, give them a little low dose fertilizer. Something that's like below 111. And then get them real healthy and real vigorous. And if they do like they advertise, I think these will do well. This may be my go-to bonsai choice, especially as these subsequent branches come off. As they harden up, I can cut those and pop those into water maybe in a year or two, and have an endless supply of bonsai that you can practice all kind of techniques with. Nobody is a master of all techniques. They have, maybe 1 or 3 techniques that they go to. I think having this vast variety of willows can allow you to, switch up your game a little bit and learn from it. That's if they stay alive. I'm not convinced that they'll stay alive. So we'll see. Thanks for tuning in. Special shout out again to all my BBs and BGs. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so that you know when my future videos are released. Anything else I want to leave you guys with? If you're watching this on the weekend, go out there and get you some plants, man. Get you a hobby. Find something new in life to enjoy besides the typical mundane stuff. It's the Black Bonsai Guy. I'm out.